Well, good evening, folks. I'm Bradford Becker. Welcome to Red Barn Radio. Tonight, as we continue on in our 23rd year of broadcasting, presenting roots music Southern style with episode number 897. Scott Levi Jones is an Americana singer-songwriter emerging from the hollers of Cheatham County with a craft honed in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee. The songwriter's lyrical ability has been compared to that of John Prine and Steve Goodman, yet his music reflects the sound of folk rock influences such as The Band and Little Feat. His hard-headed refusal to play in cover bands has resulted in years of refining an energetic original show, appearing on marquee signs as Scott Levi Jones and the Holy Cow. The band's touring has expanded throughout the USA. Welcome, Scott Levi Jones, to Red Barn Radio.
Good evening and welcome to Red Barn Radio. Wherever in the world you're listening, welcome to Roots Music Southern Style. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn Radio's official radio partner, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. Red Barn Radio is supported by Visit Lex, Lexington, Kentucky's Convention and Visitors Bureau. More information on what Lexington has to offer is at visitlex.com. LexArts, Lexington, Kentucky's premier cultural development, advocacy, and fundraising organization, working for the development of a strong and vibrant arts community as a means of enhancing the quality of life in Central Kentucky. Follow Red Barn Radio on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Here's the host of Red Barn Radio to tell us more about tonight's performers.
Scott Levi Jones, the blue-collar poet who is our guest this evening, was born in South Jersey and, as he says, was baptized by the local nuclear plant in Salem County. The singer's rural hometown of Alloway was ripe with influential characters whom supported the songster as he began to branch out in the tri-state area. Scott spent his early 20s working construction while performing in honky-tonks and dive bars all across the South. Jones committed to Nashville in 2017 when he scraped together the rent for a single wide on the outskirts of town. Today he resides in a small cabin as a full-time musician and writer. Scott joins us tonight with his band, The Holy Cow. That's Caleb Hudson on bass and vocals, Omri Scott on guitar and vocals, and Noah Tank on drums. Welcome back, Scott Levi Jones.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. This next song we're going to do is I had a buddy who lost his mind, and we wrote this song for him. It's called Nut House Blues. It goes a little something like this. Except for when I go to sleep at night. And by God, I'd be lying if they didn't scream from time to time that they don't make my bad decisions, but they try to tell me what to think. And I've been thinking all dang day that this ship's about to sink. Yeah, I'm the one they're calling crazy. Yeah, I'm the one they're calling insane. These little white pills and padded walls sure make it look that way. Why would I tell you different if I ain't got nothing to lose? There's two sides to every story when you're humming mind calling insane. These little white pills and padded walls sure make it look that way. Why would I tell you different if I ain't got nothing to lose? There's two sides to every story when you're humming on Nut House Blues. Thank you. So this next song, I believe I actually wrote before I moved to Nashville, but I had someone told me that you can't write a song with only 2 chords, so I tried it, and here it is. It's called Cut Loose. I don't think I'm going back home. I'm too dang tired sitting inside all alone. I'd find some peace of mind and going down the road. No, I don't think I'm going back home. But I might cut loose, I might go missing, I might go take back all those times we were caught kissing. I might get lost since I stopped wishing. There's plenty of fish in the sea, darling, I quit fishing. No, I don't think I'm getting out. I roll down the window and let all the smoke out. Get off stage and shut my big mouth. No, I don't think I'm getting out. But I might cut loose, I might go missing, I might go take back all those times we were caught kissing. I might get lost since I stopped wishing. There's plenty of fish in the sea, darling, I quit fishing. No, I don't think I'm going back home. Too dang tired sitting inside all alone. I'd find some peace of mind going down the road. No, I don't think I'm going back home. But I might cut loose, I might go missing, I might go take back all those times we were caught kissing. I might get lost since I stopped wishing. There's plenty of fish fishing. Thank you. Hey, you can get away with it. Yeah. But, you know, we'll try one next time, but one chord and a lie, you know. This next song's called How Lucky I Am. It's a love song. I actually wrote it when I was single, and I was like, this is what I hope I feel one day when I meet someone that I want to marry. And now I'm married, and I do feel that way. So here it is, How Lucky I Am. And oh, babe, don't worry. I swear I'll do the best I can. God must be real. You work miracles on your body. But I'm glad that he did. Yes, I'm glad that he did. Take it slow. And don't you know how lucky I am? How lucky I am. And oh, babe, don't worry. I swear I'll do the best I can. God must be real, putting me in your priorities. But I'm glad that he did. Yes, I'm glad that he did. Take it slow. And don't you know how lucky I am? How lucky I am. Don't you know how lucky I am? How lucky I am. Thank you. So this next song has really helped us out a lot. I put a clip on Instagram of it, and I quit my job about a year ago, almost a year ago, and my wife convinced me to do it. I've been working construction almost since I've graduated high school, so for a good chunk of years now, and I got married, and my wife convinced me to quit my job, and the weekend I quit my job, I had my buddy ask us to open the show at 3rd and Lindsley, and we went and we played this song, and it was a brand new song at the time, and I put a small clip of it on Instagram, and it's gotten millions of views now, which I'm very grateful for, and it's helped us out a lot, and it's called Freebird. Well, I went to the pet store to buy a feathered friend. Had the clerk show me my options of all and what they had. Now there were parakeets, ducks and geese, but I saw one way in the back. And I said, "Sir, what about her?" He just looked and laughed. "This one's a free bird. She's only got one wing. And it seems that at the darkest hour is about the only time she sings. Can't charge a light found in the parking lot, abused and left out in the rain. This one's a free bird. Just buy her a cage." So I took her home and threw away that cage. I guess she can't go far. I hope she wants to stay. And every night it's like she could fly. Her song soars with the moon and the sky. And I just smile, listen for a while by the windowsill. Now she's a free bird. She doesn't need both wings. And it seems that at the darkest hour that bird loves to sing. She don't need a light, just a perch and spot, shelter from the wind and the rain. Now she's a free bird, and that's the song she sings.
Well, folks, great to have you with us here on Red Barn Radio tonight. Our guest is Scott Levi Jones, and it doesn't matter what you are a fan of. If you like guitar, if you like bass, if you like drums, if you like great songwriting, or even great acoustic guitar playing, it's all being done here expertly on our stage tonight, and we feel like we are lucky that you're here. So how lucky we are.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, it's great to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Scott.
We're stoked to be here. So
Well, good. And I don't have much opportunity to speak with folks who come from New Jersey. It's just been a long time, so I don't even know where to begin the conversation. But no, you don't still consider New Jersey your home. I know you live in Nashville now.
Yeah, it's funny. Over the past couple years, Nashville has felt like home more and more, and it's to the point now where it does feel like home. When I go away, I get to missing it, you know.
Huh.
And my wife's from Hawaii, so we go to Hawaii pretty frequently. And one of the most magical places on earth, but I still miss Tennessee now. So
Yeah. What is it that's made Nashville feel so much like home for you? Just because is it all just about the music and how you've been able to sort of realize your artistic dreams there, or is there more to it than that?
I think that's what it was at first, but just the people. You know, I've gotten really close with a lot of friends, and I finally bought a house, so I got a little cabin down there. And renting and owning are two different things. You know, once you finally get your own place and you can do whatever you want, and when things go awry, it's on you and you got to fix them. But I don't know, there's something about it that just makes it feel like your place, you know.
Yeah, I agree. That's my experience as well. But I do hear a lot of folks who say exactly the opposite.
Yeah.
Who say, yeah, renting and owning are two different things. That's why I'll never own again.
Yeah. I guess it depends on what your cup of tea is.
Well, you're a guy who's handy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you're able to have a little problem with your gutter or some kind of a water problem in your basement or something going on with your roof, and you can get up there and just do it.
And I always fix it right away. You could ask my wife, and she'll tell you. I'm so quick at fixing things. So.
Are you lying right now?
Yeah.
Is that?
I actually got the gutters laying on the ground right now. So,
You do? No, you got to do the gutters. That's the most important piece.
Yeah, I know. But,
underappreciated, the value of the gutter on them.
Yeah.
On today's home.
Well, it was funny. I mean, that's what I was excited to buy a house because I've spent a lot of years doing every different kind of trade, pretty much every trade besides plumbing. And then I bought a cabin, and man, cabins are so different than every other type of house, you know.
Yeah, talk how so?
Well, just nothing square on them when they settle, and there was a door that had to be replaced, and it had to be chainsawed out, and that kind of thing. There are a lot of maintenance, but also, especially during the winter, it's just so worth it, you know.
Yeah. Got a fireplace in there?
Fireplace, yeah, stone
Oh, yeah.
fireplace, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And so, how many square feet is this place? Because I'm sort of imagining you in there, maybe having people over to play music, or you know, where you're sitting when you're doing your writing. What's like?
Yeah,
how much
it's.
footage do you
I
have?
mean, it's it's 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom. It's a rancher, you know. It's got kind of one big room with tall ceilings, which is really nice for playing music, you know.
Yeah.
And carpeted floors, so kind of like a weird airport green carpet that I'm not sure, but I bought it. You know, I bought it from an older guy who was moving out, and it was kind of like his dream to finish this house, and he never finished it. So now I'm kind of like picking up where he left off.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
So it's got some story behind it.
definitely.
That's cool. Why don't you tell us the story of where you grew up in New Jersey, in Alloway, right?
Yeah. So South Jersey, and it is South Jersey, but people also call it South Jersey because it's very similar to the South in a lot of ways. It's very rural and, you know, right closer to the bay than the ocean side, really close to the Delaware Memorial Bridge. Philly was the closest city. We didn't run up to Philly very much, but yeah, just kind of like a, you know, small town, typical, you know, interesting bay town. My father worked at DuPont, and my mom was a house cleaner, so.
So
Yeah.
DuPont, sort of chemical facility?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, there's a lot of folks who like go out of state for jobs, like jump over to Delaware or, you know, that kind of thing.
And so where were you in your career, in your musical career in 2017 when you decided to go to Nashville? So prior to 2017, how much time did you have in New Jersey where you were playing music?
So I moved to Nashville when I was 21, and
okay.
I started a band near the end of high school, and we played around a little bit. We played in Philly a little bit, and at that point I thought I was ready, which I wasn't.
And well, what were you known for?
I mean, we did original music, yeah, and we played like winery gigs, that
Your
kind of
songs?
stuff.
Was it folk music? Was it
Yeah, mostly my original tunes. We started out as a cover band, obviously, but that didn't last very long. I think by the time I graduated high school or that summer, I was kind of already tired of playing cover tunes.
Yeah, and what kind of stuff were you covering? Acoustic stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it was a full band, a 4-piece band, and we were doing, classic rock stuff and, just kind of the typical.
You mean like Eagles, that kind of thing?
Yeah, Steve Miller Band,
Okay, yeah, sure.
that kind of thing.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, we came up through like an open mic kind of, and, it was for kind of an older crowd at the winery, so we were kind of playing to please them a little bit, and they all supported us. They still do. So, yeah, it's nice. I got to get home and play some more shows.
Yeah. And what was your aversion to playing covers? Was it that you had just developed so much original material of your own, you felt like it was a compromise to just be playing what?
No, not necessarily. And I have a lot of friends who play cover songs. I'm not against it. I don't look down upon it. But I think it was maybe a little bit of laziness. I felt like learning the covers, I'd rather spend time writing music than I would learning the covers. And, I'm not very precise of a person. I feel like that's a lot of songwriters maybe. But I felt like if I write a song, I don't have to worry about if there's a part I don't care to learn,
Good. Well, I was thinking I was going to have to time or any conversation about the song you wrote about the clown who cares. But when I listened to that song, I got to thinking about sort of being an entertainer. What is that song about? And it seems to me that it's a lot about that.
Yeah,
right? When you find yourself just sort of entertaining people doing what they expect of you.
Definitely.
Versus,
Yeah, I didn't put that on the set today, but yeah, that's a cool song for anyone who wants to go check it out. And it's funny.
It is a good song.
When I wrote that song, I sent it to Caleb right away, and I kind of co-wrote it with Caleb because he showed me the progression. But I wrote that song, and I was like, man, this song is genius. And I just had met my wife at the time, and I think she was just like ready for me to explode with love songs. And she comes in, and I'm like, babe, you got to hear this song. I think it's genius. And then I play a song about a clown that can't get a date. And she's like, what is that? What are you doing? And I'm like, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. She's like, the sad clown, I've heard it. And I'm like, oh, come on. No, she's very supportive. But yeah, I do like playing that song. It's more of an acoustic tune.
Yeah, it's a song that really works. That really worked for me. And Scott performs this tune. At least what I saw, I think it was an official sort of video, right?
Yeah.
And you're in clown gear, which is not, or in clown face. Anyway,
yeah. Painted my face. I went all out. I had the wig, and I started using that video for booking gigs, and I'm like, I don't know if this is giving the right example.
I don't know. No, it's all right. It's all right. I think it's a cool twist.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. Hey, why don't we get back to some more music?
Cool. Sounds good.
Hey, Scott Levi Jones is on Red Barn Radio tonight. We're glad to have him with us, and he's going to play some more tunes right now. What's your next tune?
This next song is called Catfish Queen, and it's going to be our next single we're working on. And we were down in Alabama, and we went to this catfish. I said that the other day on stage, a big gig, one of our biggest gigs yet, and I got up and I'm like, yeah, this is a cat food, tongue-tied and everything else. We went to this fried food shack, and they were slinging catfish, and there was this woman in there
Encapsulated.
who was working really hard, and we wanted to write this song for her, and it goes like this. Ice water in her left hand, sweet tea is there in her right. Serving breakfast all day, supper late in the night. Just a bit overweight, she cleans up just fine. Nobody said that it'd be easy working at the fish fry. If you ever grow hungry, it's the place to be. Way down in Alabama, she's a catfish queen. The catfish queen. Joey comes in to see her every Monday at 5. Since the day that he caught his wife with some other guy. He says fried food will kill him. She says not tonight. They're both one hush puppy away from seeing the light. If you ever grow hungry, it's the place to be. Way down in Alabama, she's a catfish queen. The catfish queen. If you ever grow hungry, it's the place to be. Way down in Alabama, she's a catfish queen. She's a catfish queen. The catfish queen. The catfish queen. Catfish Thank you. This next song is called Light of a Different Star, and it's a story about how I met my wife. And we went to a show at the Ryman, and I had a ticket, a single seat, and I sat right next to her, and we hit it off. And she was in town on vacation, seeing a show, and all the way from Hawaii, and we hit it off and started talking long distance, and yeah, the rest is history. Yeah. So this is called Light of a Different Star. see, running from a man much different than me. And I was there, and I know in the need. There's a stranger in a seat, the one right next to me. Took a dive to my eyes, as if I was alone and free. She was there, and I know in the need of the light of a different star shining down on me. I've been running like a fool with the dogs out on my feet. Couldn't find a place to hide, let alone a place to sleep. We were there, and I know in the need of the light of a different star shining down on me. Hell with the sun and the moon, a constellation led straight to you, one the Greeks never even knew. Can't you see the light of a different star shining down on me? Oh, the light of a different star shining down on me. The light of a different star shining down on me. Oh, the light of a different star shining down on me. Thank you. This next song is called Mississippi, and Caleb Hudson over here is from Mississippi. And Caleb was the first one to really get me out of Nashville and get me on the road. He started booking gigs for us and took me all around Mississippi. And Mississippi's a pretty incredible place that I feel like a lot of people don't get to go to. And the music is very rich there and very alive. Although I feel like there's not a ton of eyes on the state, at least like there used to be. So we wrote this song. It's called Mississippi. Boy, it's nice to see Mississippi. We outran the Tennessee rain. The road will do just fine. Some guitars and some friends of mine. No one will notice that I'm gone. And oh, all that I want, all that I need, an ear to bend, a heart that bleeds, a crowd to play, a place to sleep. But but I waste my precious time writing hooks and writing lines, but at least I'm free. I've been swinging on a hammer. I've been disappointing her. It's nice to get away, sing some songs that never play. So Nashville calls us home. And all that I want, all that I need, an ear to bend, a heart to please, a crowd to play, a place to sleep. But I waste my precious time writing hooks and writing lines, but at least I'm free. And all that I want, all that I need, an ear to bend, a heart that bleeds, a crowd to play, a place to sleep. But I waste my precious time writing hooks and writing lines, but at least I'm free.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And before we get on with more music, I'd like to take a moment to remind listeners that Red Barn live streams tonight's end on any Wednesday remain available online for you to view at your convenience, along with live audio streams, compliments of WGAD.net in Central New York. Don't miss a single episode of our program, and be sure to tell your friends and share what it is that you like about Red Barn Radio. And let's talk about next week. You'll never guess who's coming back. Do I need to give you a hint? Probably that would be fair. Okay, he played with Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Eric Burden, keyboards. No, that didn't do it for you yet, huh? All right. He was one of the founding members of the San Francisco rock band The Stone Foxes. You got it now? No. She says no from upstairs. Well, his name is Davy Allen, and it's Davy Allen and the Midnights. They're coming back. They're living in Indianapolis, as many of you know. Davy is a versatile songwriter, musician, and artist. His work is deeply rooted in the vast American songbook. He's played music professionally for the past 20 years, the last 6 with Davy and the Midnights, while the band now calls Indianapolis home. As I said, they formed on the west side of Los Angeles, California in 2017. Davy has also toured extensively as a solo artist and as a keyboardist, as I also said, for Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Eric Burdon. In addition, he has toured as a member of the San Francisco rock band, the Stone Foxes. Davey is an advocate of many social causes and has previously donated a portion of his album sales to the Dolores Huerta Foundation and the Citizen Potawatomi Nation Cultural Center. Davey and the Midnights, they're going to be back with us. Join us, won't you? Live streamed on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, 7 p.m. Eastern in North America. We got a hell of a show going here tonight. Welcome back, Scott Levi Jones, to Red Barn Radio.
Thank you. All right, this next song is called The Odds of You and Me. It's the title track to my first record. And the story goes as I was running around with a lot of atheist women, and I'd bring them to the Lord, and the second I brought them to the Lord, they'd all break up with me because I became the problem. But here it is. This is called The Odds of You and Me. Eat frozen steak, stay up too late. Oh, honey, I think we need some sleep. Making me wait the time it'll take until a wedding cake. Oh, darling, I'll wait as long as you need. And if Jesus was a betting man, he'd gamble on the odds of you and me. The chances be if Jesus was a betting man, he'd gamble on the odds of you and me. If Jesus was a betting man, he'd gamble on the odds of you and me. Was a betting man, he'd gamble on the odds of you and me. Thank you. So when I first moved to Nashville, I was living in a single-wide trailer, and it was beautiful, beautiful spot out in Cottontown, Tennessee, which is a little bit of a hike from the city. So really the first 3 years I moved to Tennessee, I wasn't getting around the city very much, wasn't meeting a ton of people. And you go to Nashville thinking, oh, there's new life awaits, and then it ends up just being you in a trailer alone. And the trailer I was in had mirrors everywhere. There's mirrors on the living room walls. There's mirrors on the ceiling. There was mirrors in pretty much every room you went, so I was just surrounded by myself. And it's enough to kind of make you go crazy after a while, just you and yourself in this lonely trailer. So I wrote this song. I wrote this song with my buddy Vinny Palizzi. It's called When a Man Falls. Down and out, been away from it all. Took a step back, I didn't know that I'd fall. There's nothing like writing a song just to turn around and play for a while. Oh, I can't really care what's going on outside, 'cause I'm too broken in here. Oh, I guess I call it a day now, between a rock and a hard place. My head's just above water, and I never made it farther than a trailer out in Cotton Town. Till the grass gets green, baby, you can find me in my heavy yard holding it down. 'Cause when a man falls, does he make a sound? 'Cause when a man falls, nobody's around. What was I thinking when I set out alone? Nobody calls you when you don't have a phone. I spent December staring up at the sun, and God made me, said, oh, what have I done? Oh, I can't really care what's going on outside, 'cause I'm too broken in here. Oh, I guess I call it a day now, between a rock and a hard place. My head's just above water, and I never made it farther than a trailer out in Cotton Town. Till the grass gets green, baby, you can find me in my heavy yard holding it down. 'Cause when a man falls, does he make a sound? 'Cause when a man falls and nobody's around. 'Cause when a man falls, this is how it sounds. Thank you. His next song's called Hole in the Wall, and shout out to Hawkshaw Hawkins Jr., who was running a writers round when I first moved to town, and one of the first places I played in the Nashville area, and Hawk gave me a spot, and I would go out there every week, and I'd write with these guys, and they were doing some real country music, and this was one of the first songs I wrote after I moved to Nashville, and it's called Hole in the Wall. There's a hole in the wall where a picture used to be. I can't stand to see you anymore. There's a hole in the wall, it's right down the road, and that's where I'll go with drowning memory. This honky-tonk don't have the best reputation, but it treats me just fine. I come in here and have a beer, and it makes me feel alright. Jukebox plays swinging door by Merle Haggard, that's when I come alive. there's a smoke-filled bar. You never let me go, so I hope you know that I'm here tonight. There's a hotline girl calling a name. It says I'm to blame, but I think it's the wine. This honky-tonk don't have the best reputation, but it treats me just fine. I come in here, have a beer, and it makes me feel alright. The jukebox plays Swinging Door by Merle Haggard. That's when I come alive. I'm glad you're gone. I moved on since I walked into this dive. There's a hole in the wall where a picture used to be. I can't stand to see you anymore. And there's a hole in the wall. It's right down the road. That's where I'll go to drown your memory. But this honky-tonk don't have the best reputation, but it treats me just fine. I come in here, have a beer, and it makes me feel alright. Jukebox plays Swinging Door by Merle Haggard. That's when I come alive. I'm glad you're gone. I moved on since I walked into this dive. Woo. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Well, our guest this evening on Red Barn Radio, Scott Levi Jones. He's here with the Holy Cow, Caleb Hudson on bass, Omri Scott on guitar, and Noah Tank on drums. And yeah, it's great music tonight, you guys. Loving
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you 3 questions just to kick off part 2 of our interview.
Yeah.
So I asterisk songs during the program, that songs that I'm going to go back and check out the lyrics to, because I get lost in the middle of the show and I'm listening to too many different things, and all of a sudden the song's 2/3 of the way done and I can't remember exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So I wondered if you might tell us of the songs you've played tonight, what might be one song that you would like people to go back to and look at and check out the lyrics on?
Yeah. I really like Nut House Blues. It's the version we played tonight's a little more upbeat, but the one we have out is definitely very slow and more sad and moody.
Well, it seems that's more fitting in some ways. I
Yeah.
mean, right, considering the topic.
Yeah, definitely. But also, how lucky I am. I've really enjoyed writing. And sometimes I get lost. I have some songs that are personal, but I don't have a ton. A lot of songwriters, I feel like everything they do is very personal, and I only have a handful of stuff that's personal. When a Man Falls is one of those songs as well. That's personal. But I also feel like sometimes that's how you get writer's block. If you're only trying to write from inside, you can. You don't always have something to give, and I've kind of noticed that if I can look at characters and other things around me, it can kind of keep me from getting in that writer's block. So that's like Catfish Queen or songs like that. I kind of take from other people and use that for inspiration. But I would say as far as the personal songs go, How Lucky I Am, When a Man Falls, and Nut House Blues.
Yeah. Well, personal wasn't one of the requirements, but I mean, but that's
I understand that. But I feel like those are the personal songs are obviously the one as a songwriter you get more attached to the lyrics, I guess.
Yeah, I can see that, sure. And then my question 3 in this trilogy of brilliant questions is, what about a song that's not on your set list tonight that you would like people to go back and listen to? We talked about Clown Who Cares earlier, which is, which really is a good one.
Yeah, that would definitely be one of them. I have a whole album out there that I would love for people to go check out, but really my favorite project so far is the Cabin Work Tapes, which the Clown That Cares is on, and it's a 4-song EP that me, Caleb, and Omri, we just sat around one ear trumpet microphone and did one take the whole way through, and it's very honest, but it's one of my favorite projects so far. So I would just say go check out the Cabin Work Tapes.
All right, great. So let's go back to Freebird. While we're talking about sort of the pitfalls of songwriting, and when you can get that writer's block, and it sounds like you're doing some really good things to sort of continue your professional growth.
Yeah.
Which is spending time with other people who do this and who can give you feedback and who you can grow from, and that's wise.
Definitely.
Seems like a great thing, and I'm sure they're learning a ton from you.
Well, another thing I love about Nashville is I have friends that keep me honest. I have very good songwriters as friends, and they call me out on things, and I call them out on things, and then I also have great musicians around me, like these guys.
Yeah.
And yeah.
All right. Well, I want to call you out on something, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Live
Go
radio
ahead.
tonight. What pet store could a person go to that would sell ducks and geese? I've never seen that before.
That was like one of the few negative comments that song had gotten. Someone's like, "Where's he at?" I was like, "I don't know. Tractor Supply sells them." Yeah, some co-op, But yeah, that's true.
No. Well, really, the question is more about can you easily get hung up in that stuff, right? I would be I would be writing that song, right, and I would be going through the Audubon manual of the birds of Kentucky, making sure that I picked birds that could actually be in the bird story, or whatever,
Yeah. That's the thing. I try hard not to get lost in the details.
Yeah.
Because the best songs just happen. They just come quick, and you don't spend a ton of elbow grease on them. And that was one of those songs. I wrote that on a lunch break at work. So,
yeah. And nobody cares about that, the details of the pet store, but they do care about something. Obviously, something worked for everybody, and it was beyond the song being sort of like, a meme of the classic.
Yeah.
It went deeper than that.
Yeah, I know. It was shocking because, when I wrote it, I'm just like, this is a silly, goofy song, And I recorded the demo in my bedroom. And, of course, you spend all this money on producing songs and stuff, and then the one that gets all the listens is the cheap demo you did in your bedroom. I did half of it in Caleb's bedroom. But it's funny, I showed my girlfriend after I cut, I think, just the acoustic guitar and vocals, and she started crying, and I was like, okay, maybe there's something deeper here,
Well, there is, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, the bird with the broken wing, I think people can relate to that. But yeah.
Yeah. And so when you're with songwriters in workshops and songwriter rounds and that kind of a thing, you must hear people say that's a really clever turn of a phrase, because really you've got one in just about every tune. Is that part of the?
Yeah, like word plays and stuff like
Sure,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely like really drawn to that when I first moved to town, trying to be clever and slick and stuff. But I think as I get older, I've appreciated more songwriters that sing songs like they would talk, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm falling more in love with the simplicity as I get a little older, hopefully.
Yeah, have you in your life been known as a guy who's kind of funny or cynical or sarcastic?
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
We've been getting more of the reputation as kind of like you know, the funny band that breaks up, kind of the comic relief, you know.
Yeah.
But I hope that our music's good too.
Well, it is good. It is good. But so this is how you talk.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah. So you're not trying to be clever. It's
True.
how you talk.
Very true. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I do feel like it's honest, so that's good. But yeah.
Yeah. So Prine, a big influence, and so he I assume, or people reference him. How do you like that when people say, sir,
Yeah.
evokes
Well, you know, it's funny because
right, Prine and Goodman.
I love Prine. Prine is
Sure.
obviously, you know, incredible songwriter. It was funny because, you know, I used to always kind of complain because there was a lot of songwriters that I felt like were Prine's level but didn't get the recognition.
Yeah.
I was always a really big Jim Croce fan. And, you know, other writers like that. And obviously, you know, people love him, but like, especially in Nashville, like everybody's talking about Prine. And then I feel like there's all these guys that nobody talks about. So I used to kind of moan and groan about it. And I put out Freebird and everyone's commenting, welcome back, John Prine. And I'm like, oh, that's what I get, you know, that's what I get.
And people also think he's from Kentucky. They do that all the time.
Yeah.
You know, you just visited Kentucky a lot, evidently. Yeah, but well, let me see. There was something else I had on my mind that is slipping that mind right now. Well, maybe you could talk quickly about your bandmates. You've talked
Yeah,
some
definitely.
talked some about Caleb. It sounds like you guys have known each other for a long time, and
For sure.
Caleb seems to know to know and feel your music like a side guy should.
Yeah. Caleb's been the longest consistent guy I've had alongside me.
Yeah.
And, really has helped me, you know, just kind of branch out and take things to the next level. Why don't you talk some, Caleb?
Caleb,
Good. Yeah.
talk.
Yeah, we met doing this kind of variety show in Printer's Alley in Nashville, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Basically, and yeah, we'd play together here and there. And then when he put a band together, I was one of the people that got the call, and I was pumped, man, because you know, I used to, in Mississippi, I had my own band and basically managed and did all the booking. So, like, when I finally had somebody, you know, I felt like I could do that with, I just exploded with, let's go play gigs, you know. So, yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, and so how have you, you've taken on that work for these guys, right? Is that true?
For a long time, and then Scott quit his day job, and then I was like, finally, I get a little break. So, so Scott, I'd say, you know, Scott does like 75% of the booking now, and I still do a little, and you know, we're just you know, DIY and everything, and you know, fully independent and hustling.
Caleb keeps a lot of stuff straight, though. I mean, we call each other almost every day, and he's like, man, did you check this, or do you gotta probably should do that? And I'm like, oh, I probably.
Oh, nice.
You know, I probably should.
A little honeydew task list.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
That's good.
Or you know, that's in a different time zone, right? And you know.
That was, that was Kentucky. Yeah.
Yeah,
this was,
right.
This couple of runs we did, he's like, yeah, you know, you got us leaving not at a good time. But then we got Omri Skop over here, who is from Israel originally.
Oh, all right.
He's been all over. I mean, he's played some incredible stages, and just very blessed to be with him. And he's kind of like the drill sergeant of the group. I mean, we're just all fun and games, and Omri's like, hey, come on. Maybe we should practice, you know?
Well, I heard him before the program bossing our sound guy around.
Yep, he'll do that. He'll
It
do
seemed
that.
like he was
We
kind
were
of
in a
telling
vintage
everybody
store.
what to do, and yeah.
Yeah, we were in a vintage store earlier, and he was trying out just about everything they had. And every one, he said, well, it ain't perfect, and put it back. And, you know, the guy was trying real hard to sell him something.
He was
I'm
trying
like,
to dick her, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, good luck, man.
So he was
That's
saying
the
that even
pickiest
about
guy.
He was saying that even about the perfect ones, right?
Yeah,
it ain't
yeah.
perfect, right?
And then on drums, we got Noah Tank from Iowa. And me and Noah have known each other forever. I mean, he was one of my first buddies in town when I moved here. For whatever reason, it took years before we started playing music together. But and Noah's played on some big stages too, and he does the Broadway hustle. So he's full time, and yeah, we finally started getting together and making music.
Yeah. So you as a trio are always together, and then you move in and out of other instruments. So Omri plays guitar sometimes. You have others play guitar. Others play other instruments. You do other keyboards or fiddle or anything like that.
We haven't done much keyboards or anything like that. Omri hits the road pretty hard too, so sometimes we'll have to, get some guys to try to fill his shoes. It's
Sure.
a hard shoe to fill.
Yeah, I would say.
But when I first moved to town, I was playing with horns and keys and everything else. But we've kind of kept this pretty simple.
Huh.
Yeah.
With horns, huh?
Yeah, not this particular group, but it's not. You can't make any money when you've got a band of 10 people going around. So that didn't last very long.
Yeah, right.
Does turn some heads though when somebody steps out on a sax solo in the middle of a country song, and crushes it.
Well, yeah.
You don't. We got this buddy Jermaine Pitts, and we used to collab with him a little bit, and he shows up with the cowboy hat,
Yeah.
and he just dives in, and
Jermaine is
everybody in
one
the bar would
we
look.
do still occasionally play with him. He'll come in with saxophone every now and then.
Well, is that how you envision those songs? I mean, if you were to close your eyes and say, what do I want in some of these songs, would it include 8 pieces?
Yeah, I mean, I would say one place we're lacking is we could probably use a producer, because for me, I've always just been like, who's willing to play? Get on up here. We're in Nashville. Come on. I'm kind of like dance with the one who brung you type of guy. So, so yeah, it can get a little hectic.
I should think, yeah. Well, you guys, let's play some more music. Scott Levi Jones and his band, the Holy Cow, are on Red Barn Radio tonight. What a good time we're having, and they've got more music to play. So, Scott Levi Jones.
Thank you. This song's called Spent. Tiptoe through the hallway, babe. And even though I'm awake, and I work like a dog each day to put some food on your plate, and I'm not the man I was. Now my body, it aches, and you run round just like don't a vows break. Now, ooh, honey, where you been? Now, ooh, you spent your love on him. sit in my chair each night as you fix a meal. You don't have no words for me. I don't know what is real. Remember when our love was young and full of fire? Love was just lust, pure desire, but it's all gone. You tell me what's wrong now. Ooh, honey, where you been? Now, ooh, you spent your love on him. Now, ooh, honey, where you been, babe? Now, ooh, spent your love on him. Now, ooh, honey, where you been? Now, ooh, spent your love on him. Now, ooh, honey, where you been, babe? Now, ooh, spent your love on him. This next song we're gonna do is called Miss You. And I'm so tired that I can't sleep. I got a heavy heart, my love's just too weak. But now you're gone, and in every song we used to sing, now I just speak. I wish that I could buy your time. I'd go broke, and that'd be fine, 'cause I miss you. If love is patient, love is kind, how did you become so blind to miss you? Looking back, we were skin and bone. You always said my arms felt like home. But now I'm here and on my own, with empty arms and a heart as cold as stone. I wish that I could buy your time. I'd go broke, and that'd be fine, 'cause I miss you. If love is patient, love is kind, how did you become so blind to miss you? that I could buy your time, I'd go broke, and that'd be fine, 'cause I miss you. If love is patient, love is kind, how did you become so blind to miss you? Thank you. So this next tune is called Marsha Graves, and it's a the story's a little weird, and you know, I say this hoping that people laugh, but sometimes it doesn't go over well and people don't laugh. But I was in a bar in Nashville when I first moved to town, and I had a woman come up to me, and she asked for my number, and she walked out of the bar, and she got hit by a tractor trailer, and she died. And I didn't know her, so it was kind of a bizarre thing, and I figured, man, I want to write a song that's about something dark but has an upbeat feel to it, and this is what came out of it. It's called Marsha Graves, and it goes like this. Marsha Graves was never one for daylight. Stay inside just to hide from the sunshine. Marsha prays that you fall asleep here some night. Never wake in a coffin case that draws a small line. Marsha Graves, stop holding it in, Marsha Graves, 'cause I'll be your friend, Marsha Graves. Stop holding it in, Marsha Graves. Town and didn't know a soul. That's when I met Marsha on a barroom stool. She was down from a lifetime of pain. I won't forget the night she told me her name. Oh, Marsha Graves. Stop holding it in, Marsha Graves, 'cause I'll be your friend, Marsha Graves. Stop holding it in, Marsha Graves. I'm looking at Marsha in a picture frame. A funeral on down on Cemetery Lane. Her prayers are answered as I fell in love. Yeah, I found Marsha in a puddle of light. Yeah, Marsha Graves. Thank you very much. Thanks so much for having
right.
us. We're so glad to be here.
Well, and we are glad and lucky that you came. There are many people, thousands in fact, to thank for our broadcast. 4 of them are up on the stage. That's Caleb Hudson on bass, Omri Scott playing that tasty guitar, and Noah Tank playing them tasty drums. And then their fearless leader, Scott Levi Jones. These are our guests this evening on Red Barn Radio. But now to the thousands to thank. It's all of you who are listening to our webcast, watching us on social media, and those listening to us on our growing network of Red Barn stations and media worldwide. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn's premier radio partner, Central and Eastern Kentucky's radio news leader. You can listen online at weku.org. It's your chance to hear more great live music from Red Barn Radio and WEKU, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Those of you here in the Central Kentucky area, you got to be sure to check out Red Barn TV. What? It's our weekly program of music, now on ABC 36 WTVQ. Red Barn Radio comes to you from our home, the Arts Place Performance Hall in downtown Lexington, Kentucky. Our website has updates and further information on our guests and future programs. We're on the web at redbarnradio.com. Now, before we close out the program, let's bring back these guys to play some more music. How about it? Holy cow.
Cool. Thank you very much for having us. This is going to be our last tune, and it's called Wrong Guy. And yeah, here it is. About what I might get into, and I don't seem to think too much, but I've been thinking about my chances of getting with you. What you think about me coming over, mama? I've been waiting for you. It seems for a long, long time. It's been a long time. Maybe we could get together if you're rather, 'cause I'm better, hon. I'm afraid you got yourself the wrong guy. You got the wrong guy. And I don't really care too much, but I've been caring a lot more since your touch. I've been long gone. And I can't think of any past love. It's only you, and you're the one I want. I feel it so strong. What you think about me coming over, mama? I've been waiting for you. It seems for a long, long time. It's been a long time. And maybe we could get together if you're rather, 'cause I'm better, hon. I'm afraid you got yourself the wrong guy. You got the wrong guy. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, that's all for our show for this week. Hey, remember, you can see and hear Red Barn Radio worldwide as we stream live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern in North America. It's always great to hear from all of you who listen to Red Barn archive performances on your favorite streaming platforms and on our Red Barn Radio YouTube channel. Keep us growing, folks. We've been doing this for 2 decades, and we want to keep it up. Roots music, Southern style. We want to bring that to your neck of the woods and beyond. And now we bid you good night. Let's stick together. Let's appreciate each other, and let's join up again for another great evening of music and conversation on Red Barn Radio. I'm Bradford Becker. See you next time.